Hey, I just did Brittany back with another one. Hope y'all are having a wonderful day. So, with that being said, I'm going to touch on the topic of spiritual or religious belief systems. And I don't think that I don't like the idea of people trying to debate religion at all. You never know the reason why somebody may cling on to a specific belief system. You don't know what that is helping them get through. You don't know the particular circumstances in their life that they're dealing with. And so it's not a good idea to go debate somebody about what they feel it works for them. If it's working for them, leave them to it. There's nothing to debate. And if whatever your belief systems are, it works for you, then it's nothing to debate about, because at the end of the day, you're going to get to a situation where you're going to be like, let's agree to disagree. You know, sometimes it's not always good to try to win every debate, every argument. It's best to respectfully disagree, but have a healthy respect for one another and each other's belief systems. Because what may work for you may not work for the next person. And that's not your place to judge. It's not for you to judge in any way, form, or fashion. As long as you ain't out here talking about, hurting, harming children and all whatever little weird stuff that comes with that, hurting another person, deliberately and intentionally, then that's between that person and God at the end of the day. And I learned over the years. I was in my early 20s, you know, um, wanting to be right and all that proves nothing, because at the end of the day, if somebody, okay, so if somebody receives an encouraging word, right, and they witness in their life how that encouraging thing works for them, they see a miracle happen on their behalf that they could not have conceived would have happened without it. Who are you to say what's real for them and what's not real for them? That's none of your business. That's between them and God. And I also think that it's not good to just cling to certain belief systems. Sometimes you're going to have to grow with the times a little bit. And not so much with the times, though, but like if certain things are restrictive for you, and they really don't serve you any purpose, don't be afraid to venture. But then don't be afraid to be wrong sometimes. Sometimes, you may find out that some of your beliefs systems and whatever are not right. And it may evolve over time as you become more aware, more conscious of certain things. That's just a part of growth, and that's a part of life. Some things, it's like when you think like a child, you behave and acted like a child and so forth. But you became an adult, and you began adulting and, getting more experience and having more awareness about certain things. You began to choose differently and do things differently. Because you're in a more mature mindset, and it's the same as with your spiritual walk. As you evolve, then your beliefs are going to change. So, give an example here. Say, for instance, you were brought up in Christianity, or you're Baptist or something, whatever that is. And for the time being, because what it does, I believe that religion is a good way to start. It's somewhere to start with your spiritual journey. You now have an example of what it would be like to begin to have some spiritual tools to deal with certain problems in your life. It's just a system that's available for you to use when needed. And how you gonna be able to use or exercise any religious or spiritual practices if you don't start with something? So if it starts with whatever the traditional religions of that they have out today, Christianity, Islam, whatever, whatever y'all systems are, you got to start somewhere. Now, as you now mature, as they would say in the church in Christianity, as you now, mature from being a baby saint, you now will mature to being a more seasoned saint. You're much older, and you've been applying their principles for a while. Only thing I'm saying, it's very important that with receiving more information and more knowledge, that you apply the said whatever wisdom. Don't just be sitting there studying and don't be doing no works and all this quoting and this, and then you ain't putting no action to anything that you've been taught. It's apply it to your life, do it, walk it out, and as you do those things, then your mind expands, your walk becomes more personal with God. It even is taking it a step further. Say, for instance, whatever said religion that you're in is confining, it's confining your growth. Maybe you now add on some extra belief system, more belief systems to help to narrow or fine tune where you're needing to go, to guide you on your path to walking out your purpose. You'll then expand from outside of traditional religion, and you can maybe even add, because let's just be honest, at the end of the day, if it's your religion or spiritual practice of origin, that's going to always be within you no matter what. It's always going to be within you no matter what. But it's about levels of maturity. It's like getting baby food, and then now your wisdom teeth and everything have come in. Now you can handle steak, the real meat, the real grit stuff. So it's about expanding your awareness. As your mind becomes more adept, you'll be able to digest, under a greater level of understanding of certain beliefs and practices, but that only happens as long as you've taken the prerequisites to whatever said level you're moving up to, And so it's like, to me, it's like never wise to go and try to judge and criticize somebody else's belief systems. The only judgment that I would have at those who do not go and study and do not do the work to challenge the beliefs and to make sure that their belief systems are actually fitting within the paradigm of who they are as a person, as long as that fits within who you are, and who you are, and you're being authentic, and it's helping pull off those layers, of fakeness from your persona, from who you think you are. Because that's the whole point, is that you're supposed to be becoming more aware. You're coming back to being who you are at the core. So that's the goal at the end of the day, should be bringing you to your truest essence, that gold, that diamond at the center. That is the goal. So as long as it's getting you to that point of burning all that is not real, all the fake programming, all the lies, then you good. It's nobody else's business what you believe, as long as it's working for you. You're not hurting nobody, you're not destroying nobody, you're not destroying yourself. That's what it is at the end of the day. And you have to cherish that, respect other people's positions, respect that we all do not have the Borg mindset. Not all of us, at least not yet, according to the system that they want to roll out here. Saying it without saying it. Y'all catch the drift. At the end of the day, what somebody else's blueprint is for their life and their belief systems, their different wiring, just like everybody has a unique thumbprint. It's the same with everybody else in their belief systems and how they are made up. Who are you to tell somebody what they ought to believe, who they should be, who they should follow, what they should do, because you don't know them. This whole life that we live is a whole adventure in getting to know ourselves again, getting reacquainted with self. At the end of the day, at the core of everything, you're on a journey to getting to know you, to getting to your rightful inheritance, which is you at the center of it. cracking that codex, that DNA. And so you are not the author and finisher of anybody else's codex and whatever. That's not your job. Your job is to understand your blueprint and spend that lifetime uncovering that blueprint that is within your DNA. Focus on your blueprint and what's made for you, what's designed for you, and you can't go wrong with that. Stay in your lane, do the work for you, and let other people figure out their own blueprint. That is their soul's mission. You're not here to live somebody else's life. You are here to live your life. And by you living your life, and by you following and staying attuned to your own blueprint, you light the way for everybody else who's on that same similar path. You encourage and you motivate and influence them to walk in their power. That is where your influence is. That is where the real power is. By illuminating the magic that is you. Sprinkle that unicorn magic everywhere you go by being completely, authentically, and unadulterated version of your truest you. Okay? All right, that's all I got on that, on belief systems. And stay in your lane. Don't mind your business about other people's. Mind your own business. Don't worry about what other people's belief systems are or whatever. Worry about what yours is and where it's taking you. And you can't go wrong with that. Everybody and everything has a unique design and a mission. Your job is to stay on your mission. That is how you bring up the earth's vibration. That is how you bring up the world's vibration. That is how we break through the system. Because you are breaking through your world. You're bringing your world through. And as you break through the entry point, now there's an entry point that's open for others to come through and to break down the wall. Your job is to break through that first wall, to make that first breach break through and set that trail on fire. Okay? All right, that's all I got for y'all. Bye. 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 Bye.